What were the other questions, Mayor? I'm sorry.
What additional functions being performed by the central government will you hand over to LGUs?
At this time, there's no way that we can hand over more functions to the LGUs because our goal is really capacity building. Now, handing over functions to the LGUs will be a function, probably to me, of a regional devolution. I'm not saying federalism. I'm saying perhaps increased autonomy, particularly in areas in the Visayas, areas in Luzon, where probably we can even allow them to charter their own companies, have their own corporation codes, where there can be a competition between regions for best practices, most investment-friendly destinations. And this competition perhaps may increase the whole because of more effective synergies within the region and competition among regions. That perhaps is an experiment that we can do, not so under this constitution, but probably one that can be evolved later on. So what's the third question?
Yeah, the third question is, how will you ensure that the devolution rules are complied with?
Well, the devolution rules are complied with if the Constitution firms up really in whole the local autonomy provisions. But we have to have an easier formula for that. And I propose that Congress be given the power to give increased autonomy or what have you, rather than a constitutional amendment for each and every devolved area that you need.
It's okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary.
Next would be from Mindanao, Governor Leo Ocampos.
Mr. Secretary, good morning. Good morning, Governor Meggs. The frontline question from Mindanao is about peace, and I'd like to call on Mayor Abdul Karim Langkuno of the Municipality of Paglat, Maguindanao.
Thank you, Governor. Good morning, Mr. President-to-be. My question is about problem that no one among the president of our country have solved it. My question is, how will you ensure that genuine peace and development will finally reign in Mindanao and the rest of the country? What will you do? Thank you.
Okay, that's a question which I really have pondered on, and I probably have some insights. But firstly, lest I get into a debate once again with other leaders of different armed factions against the government, I'm not advocating a solely military solution, although it is a very important portion of that solution. Several distinguished figures in the rebel side, in the separatist side, have been saying that I'm a militarist. Far from it. However, I will ask you, do you have a solution to the whole of Mindanao? Probably, maybe in your area, yes. But the conditions in Basilan, Mayor Furigay is there, conditions in Maguindanao, the conditions in Compostela Valley are different. But there is one commonality. There is one commonality, that there are armed groups operating. May baril. At pag may baril, may gulo. At pag may baril, hindi tayo makakakuha ng solusyon sa problema. Because then the atmosphere for democratic discourse and debate is gone. There is no freedom in the atmosphere anymore. And that's where the central government should come in. There really should be an honest-to-goodness disarmament effort. No, on all armed groups, non-governmental armed groups. Now, secondly, why have we had periods of relative peace and this is not continued? Why? Because of the fact that we have the ability to clear certain areas, but we do not have the ability to hold certain areas, to stay there in force, to be a deterrent to all those who may want to resume their old ways or all those who cannot cope with the burdens of freedom. I mean, freedom has burdens, like earning a livelihood. And let's look at the numbers. We have only 120,000 soldiers for 90 million Filipinos, for 7,107 islands. 130,000 policemen only. Our neighbors, Malaysia, for example, no internal security conflict. It is not an archipelago. 26 million Malaysians, there are 128,000 soldiers. Thailand, with a sole problem in the southern border area, with a population of 80 million, has 300,000 soldiers. The numbers speak for themselves. How can we maintain an atmosphere of effective deterrence if we have the kind of force structure we have, police-wise and military-wise? All right. Development should come in. Dialogues should come in. But this can only be done if we can guarantee that in case there is a democratic process or discourse, people will not end up shooting each other. I mean, there are very, very deep emotions. There are different aspects to a Mindanao solution because of its multifaceted nature. Land disputes, religious conflict, the specter of terrorism, and the like. I will not pretend to have a Mindanao solution. Nobody can. I challenge anybody who can say, I have the solution to Mindanao. No, but what I know is that if people remain to be armed and there is no presence of the state to deter armed aggression, no solution will come out. So let us not be overly ambitious. The first step is genuine peace, physical peace, which can only be enforced by the national government and the local governments in their communities.
Thank you very much.